Underway, Wyatt Wiley, right side. Watson shoots, score! And Wyatt Wiley, the latest to hit double digits and goals on this team.
I think we proceeded with exactly what we've done every offseason, making sure that our players are addressing their shortcomings from the year before and summer training and so forth. Also making sure that we are trying to secure commitments from players on our protected list. So I think everything's gone ahead fairly positively. But again, when I say that, as I said to our coaching staff, we want to watch for 10 games to see what kind of a group we do have. Because obviously we've lost some key people here, but we also know we have some real good pieces back. Well, I think what you do is you hope the culture you've developed here over the last number of years with players like Connor and the returning guys that have played with Connor and been part of a pretty good couple of seasons here will step up and assume some of that leadership here. And early on in camp here, I think I see some of those things happening. But in saying that, we got 5 pretty good people away at pro camp, and we don't know exactly who's going to return in that. And those people are obviously, I think, going to be key in that leadership factor. Right now, we're sitting with 4 overages, 2 defensemen and 2 forwards. So the first thing is to get them all back here, and if we do, then we have to make a decision on who stays. But certainly Max and particularly Bryce, who's been here for a number of years here, I think he's going to be key. But he's also one of those players that's away at pro camp right now. I guess when I look at our group right now, the forward thing is probably the most foggy, or we're not sure what we have there. Again, I don't mind the group, but it's a pretty unproven group. So we'll have to see some of the returning guys step up like we anticipate they will. And it happens every year. You lose somebody and somebody gets a bigger and more expanded role when they perform and do the job for you. So forwards are certainly an area of, I wouldn't say concern, just we're not just sure where we're at with that part of the group. Yeah, I think Bryce can certainly take another step. He's a guy that's been here now for 3 years, and each year he's made a step. I think last year's step was substantially bigger than the year before. I anticipate he'll take another step for us here, and will certainly be key. He plays a good, solid two-way game, both offensively and defensively, and a good special teams guy, both penalty killing and power play. So he's certainly going to be, I think, a key piece for us with this group. No, he's been very good so far here. He's much stronger than I anticipated. Usually 17-year-olds, you're always concerned about the strength factor. But he's come in here and he's been really strong on pucks and really strong on his feet. He's made some good plays and he scored goals early on, so we're pretty excited. And we have always been, or have been, a little bit thin down the middle here, so him as a center iceman I think is a real plus for us too. Well, again, those are 4 pretty good pieces to have on the back end. They've been through the wars, particularly the 3 with Fairbrother as a 19-year-old and the 2 returning 20s. And Sealy took a real big step last year at the end of the year, and he's off to a great start. So those 4 right now, I think, are a real strength of our group. They move pucks so well, which will really help our forwards as well. So I really like that group of 4, and we've got some young guys coming in behind them that will go with those 4 returning vets there. Well, again, he's a pretty young guy. Just played as 17-year-old last year, so it looks to me like he's got stronger physically and started to fill out to become a little bit more man-like. But again, Dustin for me was already a very early mature mentally. That's why he's done so well, and I anticipate he will give us solid goaltending and consistent goaltending. And the only other concern there for us is he's probably got a real good shot at playing for the U.S. World Junior team, which will give us a month without him, which we've got to figure out how we're going to manage that. But Dustin is certainly going to have another solid year, in my opinion, and be a key factor in our success. Well, again, I think the process to getting from where they were when they started in this league to becoming pros is one that, it's a bit of a marathon and not a sprint. And I think both of these young men have to stay focused and concentrate on the day-to-day work that's needed to be put in to grow and eventually elevate their game to move on to the next level. And both of these young men, for me, are very committed, hardworking, and I believe they're going to have success at the next levels at some point in time here. I hate to, make a whole lot of predictions early on because, as we know at the junior level, we have such huge turnover from one year to the other. I believe the division will be real tight and difficult as it always is, or certainly seems to have since I've arrived here in Everett, and I anticipate that'll continue. But I really believe that we'll be in the thick of things, battling for wins within the division. And right now, I don't think there's a clear-cut team out there. I think a couple of teams have some real good pieces, but we've also got teams that aren't sure who they've got back as well, and that can impact the group as we move forward into the start of the regular season here. But I think it'll be a real tight division, and I believe we'll be in the middle of the battles. I think as an organization, we try to approach every season like we have the past, and that's not going to change. Our coaches are going to be working hard to grow each and every one of the players on our team, and also put a lot of, make sure the bar is set very high and push our players to get to those levels. And if we do that, again, that's kind of what's happened the last couple of years here. I think the start of the year, there was a lot of people who didn't believe we were as good as we were. And I don't see any reason that if we take the same approach with this group that we can't move the bar or get close to the bar and therefore have a real good success as a team.